Now I'm going to turn y'all over here to the tabulation room. This is the room where those ballots will be accounted for.
What kinds of community members are you seeing in the forum, and what are they telling you?
Yeah, Dawn, I was talking to a mother who has 3 children who rely on Medicaid, and she says if these cuts happen now, they're going to have long-term impacts. So why not gummy bears? Well, these also contain sugar and come in small pieces, but they don't have any flour and do not require refrigeration. So that means it's a no-go for SNAP benefits. I'm your Mountain Home neighborhood reporter, Sahana Patel, checking in with Vital Brothers Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy to see how they're preparing to hit the mats at this weekend's competition. The Albertsons Boise Open is back in full swing, and you can see levels climbing as players play behind me. And it's peaking at around 77. These little tabs honor their son's memory and help the Ronald McDonald House.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
The USDA announced Friday it will not distribute SNAP benefits for the month of November. For Catherine Judge, who's been relying on SNAP benefits for 4 years, that news hits hard.
It really is the difference between eating and not eating. Knowing that I have $34 now from October to hold me over for the next month, if I didn't have a roommate that could help me, I would be going hungry.
As November 1st approaches, Judge says she's already cutting back on what she eats.
Or change the type of what I'm eating, so like fresh produce is not really an option anymore.
In Mountain Home, one neighbor is trying to help. Amanda Thomas offered on Facebook to cook a meal for a family in need.
I don't want to charge people for my food. I want them to enjoy my food without having to think of like how much is it going to cost to be able to feed my family today.
Thomas has already made meals for 2 families. She says she knows firsthand how critical SNAP benefits can be because she once depended on them herself.
People depend on those not just for themselves but for their children too. So it makes me really sad because I know how hard it is. So I just want to help.
42 million Americans rely on food stamps, nearly 39% being children.
And the thought of children going hungry because government leaders can't get their together and get back into work, or at pass through some funding so people can be fed. So kids can be fed.
A USDA memo reveals the Trump administration is rejecting the idea of using $5 billion in contingency funds to keep food aid flowing during the government shutdown.
I don't know how much more selfish you can get than I want a big fancy ballroom while the people that I'm supposed to be taking care of are literally going hungry.
It's just been harder and harder and harder to find those people to work.
Bethany Gotts owns Quay's Farm in Mountain Home, a 500-acre family operation she took over after her father passed away. But now, with fewer workers, a lot of the manual labor is left up to her. She tells me she's tried hiring locally, but it's been difficult to find people willing to do the hard work.
Finding a legal American here that is going to work as hard as an immigrant is nearly impossible, and I don't know how to say that kindly or well.
Gott says the increase in immigration enforcement has made it harder to find migrant workers.
The community has definitely been on edge around here, and it's heartbreaking because they are living in fear here.
She says hiring undocumented workers is not an option, with serious risks for both sides.
The repercussions are too bad because, one, you're going to get fined. You have unfortunately, an employee living in fear, and I don't blame them, but they could get picked up at any moment, and then you're without an employee.
To keep her farm running, Gotts is hiring high schoolers and is now looking into the federal H-2A visa program, which allows temporary agricultural workers into the U.S.
This year, I have endeavored to spend $200,000 to build a small worker housing so that I can get H-2 workers next year.
Gotts hopes for long-term solutions that support both farmers and workers.
The misnomer that farmers exploit immigrants is just so sad to me because, like I said, my friends and neighbors, we love our workers. They're our family. And they want to work, and they will work hard, and there needs to be a path for these people in our country to get a green card and be able to live here and work because our government has failed them. And it is failing, I feel, the farmers.